Well, did you know the St. Louis Zoo is the reader's choice for America's best free attraction in a poll by USA Today?
Pretty good. You may have been a dozen times. You think you know a lot about the zoo, and you probably do, but we're going to drop some more knowledge on you.
Yeah, tonight our Courtney Bryant goes behind the gates to show us what makes the zoo St. Louis proud.
Everyone has their favorite at the St. Louis Zoo, whether it's the grizzly bears, the zebras, or the giraffes. But today, the penguins.
So you're welcome to come on out with me. Are you ready? All right.
You're so cute. Hi, little guy.
Are letting us into their world.
Hi, Iris.
Turns out it's a very noisy one.
My name's Casey Donaldson, and I am a bird keeper here at the St. Louis Zoo.
Casey Donaldson is one of the zookeepers at Penguin and Puffin Coast. She has 90 penguins in her care and knows all of them by name.
So it's basically like having 90 sets of twins. So they all look really similar. So it can be very daunting when you first start over here to kind of get the hang of it.
The penguins are fed twice a day, in the morning and at night.
These little guys are capelin. So they are the primary fish for most of the fish eaters here at the St. Louis Zoo. Capelin are very nutritionally similar to anchovies and sardines.
Sometimes the fish come loaded with a hidden surprise.
We offer them a marine bird multivitamin pill, and we hide it inside the gill of the fish. The birds don't know, don't tell them. And then we can just hand feed at least one vitamin fish to everybody in the morning, and we're good to go.
Gosh, she's eating it.
Zookeepers often feed the penguins by hand. I learned that is an acquired skill.
Okay. He's ready to help you out. There you go. Perfect.
The penguins are a crowd favorite at the St. Louis Zoo and seem to like showing off for their guests. Guests like Kira Crawford, visiting from Jackson, Missouri.
What was your first impression when you walked in?
Yay, it's the penguins!
You're really excited.
Yeah.
In fact, the first thing Kira saw walking in were the Humboldt penguins, a native species of Chile and Peru. In the wild, they nest in something called guano.
So it's poop, and it creates an excellent substrate for these guys to dig burrows in.
But there's no guano at the St. Louis Zoo. Instead, plastic burrows are made specially at the zoo to simulate those in the wild.
We at the St. Louis Zoo have definitely kind of crafted some atypical ways to give the birds or other animals that live with us the same opportunities to do those same natural behaviors, but the way that we may do that here may look a little bit different than it does in the wild.
In fact, the St. Louis Zoo is not only caring for penguins here in St. Louis, but at 13 wild care centers around the world.
Not only are we able to give the animals in our care here in St. Louis an excellent, wonderful life, and they get to be a part of our St. Louis Zoo family, but we also get to help the birds that live in the wild. So it's sort of just like the best of both worlds. You can't beat it.
Just one more way our zoo is making St. Louis proud. In Forest Park.
I just met a penguin. Oh my gosh.
Cool, right?
That is so cool.
Courtney Bryant, News 4.
There's nothing else like it.
No, it's so cool.
Penguin Puffin Coast is one of the few open-air penguin exhibits in the entire country, and it's world-renowned for its innovative design.
If you would like to learn more about that or the conservation work at the zoo and how you can support it, just visit the St. Louis Proud section on KMOV.com. Boy, did Courtney catch on quickly.
Yes, you did.